The traditional art of writing haiku, Japanese short poetry, first started with Buddhist monks in Japan and has now spread all over the world. The spiritual art form emphasizes being in the moment, with the shortness of the poem, just 3 lines, a reflection of Zen Buddhism philosophy. Since the Middle Ages, through the tea ceremony, flower arrangement, the martial arts, and knot drama, Zen Buddhism, with its emphasis on simplicity, naturalness, and austerity, has been a predominant force in Japanese culture. Here we will look at 9 qualities inherent in Zen and how these qualities relate to the writing of haiku. Don't be scared to look around, discover your environment, and spot the words next to you. Oneness. Zen teaches us that our suffering arises from our sense of separation, from feeling alone and afraid in the world I never made. The practice of haiku is a way of dissolving this feeling of separation by experiencing the unity of our own nature and the nature of everything around us. As Basho wrote to a disciple, learn about pine from the pine and about bamboo from the bamboo. The poet should enter into the object so that the poem forms itself when the poem and object become one. Old pond, a frog jumps in, the sound of water, Basho. Matsuo Basho, a Japanese poet from the Edo period, perfectly reflects the spirituality of Zen Buddhism with the haiku. The stillness of the pond, which is just like the one in front of you, represents a state of silence and oneness with nature. The breaking of the silence with the frog jumping in, and the sound of water represents a happening, a moment of enlightenment. Intimacy. Intimacy means not pulling back but drawing near. For writing haiku, this means being completely in tune with our environment, even if we are walking down a busy street. The following haiku represents a situation where all the characters and all the details are in a silent harmony with each other, which creates a sense of intimacy. They spoke no word, the host, the guest, and the white chrysanthemum, Ryota. Emptiness. When Bodhidharma, the founder of Zen, met Emperor Wu of southern China, the devout emperor asked him, "What is the fundamental teaching of Buddhism?" Bodhidharma replied, "Vast emptiness and nothing holy." This revolutionary statement has reverberated down through the ages, and its truth is now confirmed by quantum physics. Atoms, the basic stuff of the universe, are 99.9% emptiness. That's the way things are, and we need to be empty so that the things of this world can reveal themselves to us. Midnight, no waves, no wind. The empty boat is flooded with moonlight. Dogen. Suchness. Suchness, nameless and characterless reality and its ultimate nature. The great mystery of the universe is that out of fundamental emptiness arises such a staggering variety of forms. As Yasutani Roshi, a modern Zen teacher, puts it, the original face of universality moves briskly in detailed particulars. Can you see all the details next to you? People talking, the trees around you are trying to listen, and you, who is just walking around? The spring is cold. The puppeteer keeps coughing. Suiha. Uniqueness. Reginald Blythe affirms that haiku record what Wordsworth calls those spots of time, those moments which for some quite mysterious reason have a peculiar significance. Haiku also celebrates the uniqueness of ordinary things, and at the same time shows how that uniqueness contains the universal. Spring rain, a rat is lapping, the Sumida River, Isa. Impermanence. This world is so astonishingly mysterious and beautiful and sad because it's constantly changing. Nothing lasts, everything is in a state of flow. The truth of impermanence does not diminish, but rather enhances the uniqueness of each thing, each person. Life is precious because it's so fleeting. Even if you think about the traffic light, it's never the same. Haiku poets, perhaps, more than any other group of writers, are reporters on the transitory nature of this world, as they use seasons and environment to represent the change. The owner of the cherry blossoms turns to compost for the trees, Utsu, his death verse. Naturalness. In both Zen and haiku, there is an appreciation of the unadorned, of the worn and the weathered. When writing haiku, we pay attention to what is overlooked, to what is on the margins, to what people so easily miss in the hustle and bustle of daily life, particularly the everyday details in our surroundings that we tend to neglect. Naturalness means being one with nature, in harmony with the seasons and our own changing circumstances. Just like you are right now, the following haiku brings our attention to the natural process in our environment that people don't usually see or choose not to pay attention to. The wind brings enough falling leaves to make a fire. Ryokan. Responsiveness. We live in a dynamic universe, and we're called upon to respond. Just like the two people on the road arguing in front of you are trying to respond for their consequences. As haiku writers, we respond to the world through our writing. Haiku, by revealing the hidden affinity between things, confirms the basic interconnectedness of all life. It represents the consequences that all the natural processes have on life, and this way shows the inevitability of them. Each time the wave breaks, the raven gives a little jump. Nisha. The raven becomes one with the waves, and we return to where we started in our list of Zen qualities.